forward. So, man, if he could mix that, and I'd like to see some improvements in his jiu-jitsu. So hopefully he's been getting in those grappling classes.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Aaron Cerrone, the owner of Mid-American Mixed Martial Arts, multiple-time world champion kickboxer.
Rounds in the DC Bantamweight division. Brought to you tonight by J. Kurtz Painting. Introducing first, fighting at the Twin J blue corner. This professional wrestler stands 5'9", weighed in 135 pounds. He holds a professional record, 5 wins, 16 defeats. Representing Champion Fitness and Skywalker 101, fighting out of Papillion, Nebraska, TJ Bad Boy Benson. His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the Nebraska Lottery red corner, is a mixed martial artist standing 5'5", weighed in 135 pounds. He holds a professional record, 1 win, 2 defeats. Representing Mid-America Martial Arts Academy and fighting out of Omaha, Nebraska, he is Ashton No Chance Caniglia.
That being said, TJ did go on a little bit of a pro boxing run. So, man, I think it's such an evenly matched fight. I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Yeah, definitely a more interesting fight. These guys are both a couple of young scrappers that have been around the game for a long time. I believe it was Ashton that pretty much removed a man's arm in Nebraska City a couple years ago.
Yeah. Trying to think back. Yeah, sometimes
Quentin
I forget
Voigt.
so many times.
Quentin Voigt.
Oh, yeah. Boy, a lot of difference in Ashton's stand-up style.
Yeah, I'm liking it. He looks like a kickboxer now. The way he's working.
Just want to see some more hands in front of him. Definitely improved his kicks, man.
So that front kick, we've seen it a few times tonight. How is that effective? Is that just effective to create distance? Obviously, you're not going to do a whole lot of damage with that.
Man, I don't know. It depends. Sometimes you get that. Derek Minner's teed me in the stomach, and I've almost coughed up a lung. So, sometimes you use it for distance. If you see more of a stab to it with the toes, that's definitely for damage. Anderson Silva, take it to the face. And then it can set up your head kick, I think, what you see with Brandon Soul earlier tonight.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen a lot of those front kicks tonight, and I know how they use it in with, like you said, with those toes forward, kind of to that stomach area in the Muay Thai area.
Usually a push, yeah. In Muay Thai, it's usually a push. I think in MMA, it's just kind of how are you delivering that front kick necessarily. Again, getting back to MMA striking as opposed to Muay Thai or boxing. Ashton's corner yelling for his hands. I think he's just got to throw something in there instead of getting his kicks caught.
And I will say, for those of you that aren't in Omaha, Nebraska probably has one of the strongest Muay Thai communities in the country outside of probably Minneapolis area, with multiple world champions that live here and train here. So it makes it interesting when you start talking down that Muay Thai game.
And Mid-America does have a long history. Like you talked about there in Cerrone, and then you got Kurt Podani training guys. Long history of kickboxing and Muay Thai in the area. And sometimes not as acknowledged. Double unders for Ashton. See if he gets this takedown. Ooh, I like this. Except he kind of lost it here. Thought he could have got some strikes off there. I will say, for the striking improvement in such a short amount of time for Ashton, I'm pretty impressed with.
Oh, absolutely. He looks like a different fighter out there.
Yeah,
the
for
old
a short
Ashton,
time.
The old Ashton right now, and he would be working that underhook and trying to get that takedown, which actually looks like he was trying to do.
Man, and this might be throwing a little surprise to TJ, honestly. And elbows from, and we're talking about improvement in a short period of time, in months, not even a year.
Oh, yeah.
Not even 6 months, I believe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what's going on.
Ooh, that leg kick might have did some damage.
Well, I'd like to see Ashton.
Good combo from TJ. He's got up on that guillotine, see if he sticks it.
Oh.
Good. Now you're seeing that. We talked about high elbow guillotine. See if he goes to the triangle, though. When he shot that guillotine, he went over.
Oh.
Cutting that angle. TJ doing a good job cutting the angle. He should be getting kind of close to this. Veteran move going to the elbow. I'd like to see him maybe go into an armbar from here. I know he can straighten this out.
And that was some nice work. That's some nice transitioning there from
Real
TJ.
veteran, man. Real veteran for what he's done. He can come in and underhook that leg to kind of cut that angle. Ah, there you see it.
I'd like to see him hang on to that leg, though. I'm not sure why he let it go.
Yep, there he goes. He hasn't quite cleared the arm as much over as I'd want to see. So clear the arm and then underhook the leg. Or elbow him and try to cut maybe. He's kind of over that shoulder. I think Ashton's going to buy some time. I will give a...
Oh!
I think he lost a little blood. He's getting his blood back to his head right now. You got to see him fade forward. I need blood to my head real quick.
I thought he got out of there and passed out when he came out the way he fell forward like that. That was definitely interesting. So where's Ashton bleeding from? Is he bleeding from the top of the head?
Man, I didn't quite see it. I would assume, you know, smart move from TJ going to those elbows. I think I just want to see him clear the arm over, and I think he'd have finished that triangle. You know, giving Ashton's just tough as nails.
So here's my question on this. So when you're throwing elbows from the ground like that to the top of the head like he was, how far back can you go? Where does that strike become illegal?
I believe more like the crown of the head. So typically, you can come up the forehead. What they tell you is, and it gets a little hard. So essentially, he could not go into the hairline. Which sucks for us people that have receding hairlines. But they tell you the mohawk is illegal. So if you had a mohawk that went straight behind Ashton's head, that's the illegal spots. So keep it out of the hair. Same thing goes if you're punching, if you have your opponent flat and you're trying to punch them, you just got to hit the ear pretty much. If any knuckle hits the ear, you're okay, or any finger.
Okay, I know that the side of the head is kind of like you don't go behind the ears. I just wasn't sure about the top of the head. I saw an LFA fight a few years ago where we saw a disqualification due to a strike to the spine. So I'm just kind of curious of where that ends and where it where it ends and where it starts.
Yeah, my interpretation is they go by the mohawk rule for as far as illegal strikes to the head. So keep it at the hairline. So where your forehead ends would be where that stops. I will say Ashton looks a little bit more tired than normal. Oh, I like to see TJ stick that arm triangle he had. And maybe that is trying to go to that Muay Thai style. I think Ashton could wrestle for days, but it's taking him more energy to keep this fight as technical and standing.
It's been a while since I've seen Ashton fight off of his back.
He's threatening an omoplata. What? He went to the armbar, though. He's looking tired. He's starting to fade. We'll see if TJ can go. I'd like to see him. Oh, he went more to the body triangle. He could also, he might be under this neck. I don't know. Ashton's not moving. He's got to get his back flat to the mat. With the triangle, he's not going to shake TJ. TJ's got a hand fight and try to get under this chin. I mean, he could go straight across the face.
I'd like to see TJ move that body triangle to more of those
He's got to switch. Now we're good. Yeah, I think sometimes it gets a little, when you're as long and lanky as TJ, though, and he's trained so long that he's used to it.
I just feel like he'd have more control if he could grapevine those legs a little bit and keep Ashton from doing exactly what he's doing right here and kind of posturing up and trying to shake him. Now Ashton takes the top here.
And every time one of these guys gets a dominant position, I'm just wondering when the next one's when they're gonna fade.
And Ashton is looking tired.
He was looking tired. He's got some second wind, I think, with this. And now TJ's kind of fading. And he's got time. He's missing these elbows, though. TJ's got a buck and roll.
Man, then seeing Ashton sit up like that, I like to, there you go.
Do not go to the armbar, Ashton. he looked like he was setting up an armbar.
Well, it feels like,
See,
I mean, he was
too
a little
high of a mount,
I was like, he's a little high on the body there. I like to see him set down more towards the midsection.
Oh, talk about a judging nightmare.
But 20/20 hindsight.
Yeah, talk about I would hate to be a judge on this fight. You're just awarding one dominant position over another.
Man, you know, they always tell you that when you see a
not-
guy fighting with his
and
mouth
he goes
open.
back to the armbar. Man, if he just transitioned more to an omoplata, he'd have been fine. Oh. Hey, smart move from TJ. That's legal. That knee might not have been.
Oh. So now Nebraska does not go by the unified rules, right?
Yeah, so
So Nebraska's still 3 points on the ground.
I don't know, man. TJ's got to move, though. I mean, he's defending. He's got his hands up, but this looked bad.
Man, TJ's just turtled up at this point.
Fitz is looking close. I mean, TJ doesn't look too hurt, but he's just don't give the ref a reason to stop this if I'm TJ, man.
You know, the way that TJ was turtled up there, I would have liked to see Ashton go after the body a little bit. It looks like he's doing a little head hunting here. I'd like to see him go after the body a little bit and see if he can't get him to open up a little bit.
Yeah. My one knock against Ashton sometimes he needs to get an underhook here, and you're going to see TJ go right to his back. He's so used to his wrestling that he overhook everything that this is a big mistake in jiu-jitsu wise. Man, if I'm either one of these guys, man, you gotta clean this fight up a bit. I think they're both getting a little wild, and that's why you're seeing these trading of dominant positions.
I'm interested to see what these guys look like between rounds. I think Ashton is out of gas.
Well, Ashton went to the wrong corner, but he got up first. TJ sat down.
TJ looked like he kind of crawled to his corner. I think they're
No,
both
I will
tired.
say I kind of like Ashton's how Ashton's doing it. You know, standing. Don't take the stool and maybe I'd eyeball my opponent, man. Maybe try to mentally break him. If I'm TJ, I'd get off the cage right now.
Man, the one thing that I saw from Ashton was before he's even in his corner, he's taking his mouthpiece out of his mouth, which means to me that he's trying to get oxygen in there, which means to me that he's tired.
Ashton's got to set some stuff up. I don't know. Maybe he's trying to goat TJ into pressuring him, and he uses his cage. If I'm TJ, man, stay on the outside like you're doing. Use your speed. You're definitely the faster guy. Keep this out of a grappling match. And just wait for Ashton to go for this kick and counter. Maybe don't even leg check. Just skip it, and something's not right with that one.
Yeah, he kind of dropped down and stepped back. I'm not sure if he just took,
messed up an ankle maybe.
Oh.
He's in his corner, though. Ashton could drop down to a double here and pull off.
So, Henry, you've been in there before. You're this tired. You're this deep into a fight.
Oh, man. This is not.
You're this tired. You're this deep into a fight. How is your brain functioning? I mean, how is your thought process working at
You're
this
not
point of the
thinking,
fight?
man. You're just going off natural instinct, I think, at this point.
So, what you're saying at this point, it's your training.
Heart.
Your training is what you're going through. It's those repetitions you do at the beginning of class that your coach tells you, hey, we do this for a reason. This is it right here.
Yep. Ashton getting too high, making a.
Oh, look at that.
Is he gonna go to a leg lock?
Man, I hate
TJ
seeing this.
definitely in a better spot. He's kind of cleared his knee line though. It's gonna be a little tough though. He can't roll the direction he wants. And to be fair, Ashton can't spin either. So if I'm Ashton, I got to put that foot on the mat and sprawl back. And it kind of helps him because he can get back on top.
Man, I honestly, I hate seeing this leg lock game. I've seen fights where both guys walked out of there unable to walk when you start getting wrapped up in this leg lock game.
Yeah, especially as amateurs sometimes, I could see some arguments. I know Michael Aquila used to wreck amateurs when he was there because he was more well-versed.
Right.
I think both of them here kind of botched leg locks, to be fair.
And when you look at that, noggins and stuff like that, if you're not a purple belt, you can't even throw a leg lock because they're afraid that somebody's going to get hurt.
Yeah, but, I mean, to take leg locks out, you're taking somebody's
Oh, I'm not saying they should be taken out. They just scare me. And especially when you have that dueling leg lock, that dueling 50-50 look.
So who do you have kind of taken? Right now I'm giving Ashton the third. But
I mean, I give Ashton the second. I really think that he's, that he's killing it. Now, you know what? You mentioned something the other day. I really hate to say this.
Ooh, arm triangle here. See if he can step this over.
Yesterday you mentioned throwing up in the cage being one reason to end a fight. I think we may be in that kind of situation here.
Well, they're going to make it to the third, I think, without throwing up. Unfortunately, if you watched last night, we had an amateur that threw up going into the third round. It's okay if you throw up after, just not during. Man, TJ's going to have to go big. I think he's really behind for this round. That being said, I gave him round one, which means the judges are going to be waiting on that round two that was a complete rumble and tumble. So good luck with that, with judging this. Oh boy, Ashton's leg is just wrecked on the left side.
Oh my Lord. I'm sorry if you guys heard that. The promoter is back here yelling in my ear. So, the 3 rounds, man, I'll tell you what, I give Ash the second and third and TJ the first. I think, man, it's a well-fought fight, and I'm excited to kind of see how this goes. I don't feel like either of them were totally losers in this.
Yeah, so I think they might be trying to get Ashton DQ'd for some issues.
So, I don't feel like either of these guys lost in this fight. They both look good. I know this is pro, and this is kind of that issue that we run into is that, man, when you're pro, every win, every loss counts. But I think both these guys look good. They both showed a lot of heart, and they both are better than last time I saw them fight. Whereas we wait for the judges' scorecards to come in here. I'm interested to see how this is going to play out.
I got one round apiece at least, and then we'll see how the second round got scored.
Scorecards and the judges score it 29-28, 29-28, and 29-28 all for your winner by unanimous decision, Ashton No Chance Caniglia.
You know,